People ask me all the time, what would it actually take for your family estrangement to end? And honestly, I think that is the hope for most estranged families. My name is John, and my wife and our four children and I have been completely estranged from my wife's family of about 40 people for more than 3.5 years. And I talk a lot about estrangement and going no contact on this platform. And lately, I've been speaking more directly to estranged parents, parents whose adult children no longer have a relationship with them. So today I want to make this a little bit more personal, and I want to tell you what my wife and I have discussed and what repair would actually require on our end. First, our estrangement will not end because someone says, just let it go, you need to move on, life is too short, or family is everything. Those phrases do not create healing. They usually make the estranged person feel even more misunderstood because they reduce years of harm to an unwillingness to forgive. And for us, repair could only begin when the people who caused the harm do one thing first, and that is to take full, unconditional accountability. No excuses, no spiritual pressure, no blaming our boundaries, no rewriting history, no apology that says, we're sorry you were hurt, but you hurt us too. For us, we're looking for actual ownership. And after that, and this is a big one, they would need to stop trying to control the narrative. So, no more gossip, no more behind the scenes alliances, no more recruiting other family members to take sides, no more spinning the story so that the people who created the harm can present themselves as its victims. Repair can only begin when a family stops protecting its image and starts protecting the very people who were hurt. I've also talked about safety, and people often ask, what would safety actually look like? In my opinion, safety is not flowers, it's not an invitation to a holiday party, it's not a text that simply says we miss you. Those things might feel kind, but without accountability, they can also become an attempt to skip over the harm and return the relationship to what it was. Safety is consistent change over time. It is softness instead of defensiveness, curiosity instead of correction, humility instead of pride. It means respecting boundaries without trying to debate, negotiate, punish, or control them. It sounds like we don't expect anything from you. We understand why you need distance. We are going to do our work, whether or not you ever choose to reconnect. Take all the time that you need. Most estranged people never hear those words. Instead, they are pressured to offer closeness before anyone has attempted repair. But reconciliation does not begin with closeness. It begins with truth, then accountability, then repair. And only after safety has been demonstrated consistently over time could trust possibly begin to return. And here is the part many families refuse to accept, and it is one of the reasons estrangement continues. You cannot rebuild a relationship while you are still hiding, denying, or defending the very patterns that destroyed it. That is why we recommend therapy, not as a punishment, not as a box to check, but because generational patterns are incredibly difficult to recognize and unwind on your own. A family has to become willing to expose the secrecy, confront the dysfunction, admit the harm, and change the behaviors that made distance necessary. Now, would that automatically guarantee reconciliation? No. Accountability is not a transaction that purchases access to someone again. But it would finally repair, or it would finally make genuine repair possible. Estrangement does not end because someone demands that the injured person come back. It begins to end when the people who caused the harm become safe. Safe enough that the injured person no longer needs distance to protect themselves. You do not end an estrangement by demanding access. You begin by becoming safe. But I don't know. Those of you that are estranged, what would you add to the list? Or what things am I getting off?